We play.
We fight.
We conquer.
Welcome to the Freak Show. I am your host, Bumpy McSquiggums, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a first look at Warhammer Underworlds. It's by Steel Sky Productions and Tin Man Games. This is the Shadespire edition. Released on April 21st, 2020. I am not entirely certain how I got my hands on the game. I don't think I bought it. I might have. I don't know. I don't think I was sent it either. I can't find an email or anything that indicates that I did receive it. But I might have. I don't know. Either way, I have not actually played this yet. I saw it as like, huh. I looked up, I was like, huh. Well, let's give it a shot. There's an offline mode and an online mode. It tells us right here that the user progress in offline mode will not be synchronized with the online mode. So if you want to play against other people and so on and so forth, you should opt into doing it online. I don't want to do that right now. So we're going to play around in offline mode, see what the game's like, and just have a good time. So let's do it. Hide this. Whoa. Alright. Basics. Learn to survive Shadespire's dangers with Severin Steelheart and his champions. Essential for new players. Hey, that's me. Alright, I guess we're going to go through some basic training. A boot campitude, if you will. Pretty sure that's a word. This tutorial will teach you the very basics of Warhammer Underworlds Online, which is what I believe the original title was. Now it's the Shadespire edition. How to win. The winner of the match is the player who has collected the most glory points by the end of the phase in round 3. There are 2 ways for players to gain a glory token: defeating an enemy fighter and claiming objective cards. Click and drag to move the camera. You can use mouse wheel to zoom in and out. You can also use WASD, apparently. Alright. Warbands are made up of a varying number of fighters with different strengths and abilities. Each warband is controlled by a single player. Got it? Huh. They look fun. Fighters. Each turn, you activate one of your fighters as you seek glory and triumph in Shadespire. Fighters will have 3 main characteristics. Move. The number of hexes your fighter can move in each activation. Defense. The number of dice your fighter rolls and the required dice symbol when defending against an attack. Wounds. The total damage they can endure before they are taken out of action. Good old wounds. Alright. We also have charge actions. During your activation, you can choose to charge with one of your fighters. A charge is a move action followed immediately by an attack action. Let's get Angharad to charge and attack Zachris. Okay. Charge action, select Angharad. Click her Sigmarite Hammer attack. Click on the dude. And do it. Charge tokens. When a fighter performs a charge action, they receive a charge token. If a fighter has a token, it means they cannot be activated again until the next round. Knowing that a fighter can't be activated again in a round is a very important rule in Warhammer Underworlds Online. Oh, okay. Then we have the attack dice. Can we get closer to the action here? When a fighter attacks an enemy, they roll attack dice to determine if their attacks actually hit. Attack dice have the following 6 sides: 1 exclamation point, 2 hammers, 1 cross swords, 1 half shield, and 1 full shield. I guess I don't know what that is. We're going to assume that that's what those are. You'll see that 2 sides of a die have the hammer symbol. This means that you're more likely to roll a hammer. This is very important to consider when making attacks. The number of dice a fighter rolls during an action is equal to the dice characteristic of the attack that they... Okay, I gotcha. That they selected. So in this case, it was a 3. Angharad is using her Sigmarite Hammer. She is rolling 3 attack dice and needs to roll smash symbols to succeed. She has rolled 2 successes. She has. And then there's the defense dice. When defending against an attack, fighters roll defense dice to try to block the attack and prevent damage. Defense dice have the following 6 sides. One of the exclamation points, 2 of the hammers with the shield, shield with the hammer in the middle. 1 is a down arrow, then we have the half shield and a full shield. Okay. You'll notice that 2 of the sides have the shield hammer. This means you're more likely to roll them, very important when choosing a fighter to defend a position. The number of defense dice a fighter rolls is equal to the defense characteristic. So, yep, gotcha. Zacharias is rolling 1 defense dice. He is looking for block results to help successfully defend. He gets 1 success. Successful attacks and damage. If the attacker rolls more successes than the defender, the attack succeeds and the defender takes damage. So, Ankarad's 2 smash beats Zacharias' single block, so he takes 2 damage. Okay. Aha! Fool! Damage and wounds. When a fighter takes damage, they gain wound tokens. A fighter gains wound tokens equal to or more than their total wound characteristic. They are taken out and removed from play. Zacharias is taking 2 damage. Only 2 damage is needed to take him out completely. Another 2 damage. If an attack is a success or a draw, the attacker can choose to drive back the defender, pushing their target 1 hex away from him. Ankarad's attack action was successful, so you may now choose which hex to drive Zacharias McGoober into. I mean, Now, sensing an opportunity, Godtalk charges in to attack the surprisingly aggressive Stormcast. Oh, you got one Gorax smash. He's using his Gorax attack. He is rolling 2 attack dice. He needs to roll smash symbols to succeed. He has rolled only 1 success. And we only had 1 defense dice. We were looking to block. We also got 1 success. An attack will fail if there are no successes in the attack roll or if there are equal or more successes in the defense roll. Okay. Fortunately, Angharad's 1 block is enough to stop Garthok's 1 smash attack. She will not take any damage. However, because Garthok and Angharad rolled the same number of successes during the attack, Garthok still gets to drive her back 1 hex. Ooh. Alright, I guess that's interesting. How dare. In certain circumstances, your fighters can become inspired, improving their stats and abilities. Angharad and the rest of Steelheart's champions become inspired whenever they roll a block or on a critical success while defending an attack. Because she rolled 1 block while defending against Zacharias' attack, she becomes inspired. It wasn't Zacharias' attack. Gaining extra defense stat and an additional attack action. But don't worry, we have a friend. Emerging from the fog is Severin Steelheart, the leader of Steelheart's champions. With stoic determination, he strides towards the cries of battle. Alright, charge token. Since Angarharamana has a charge token, she is unable to move her attack for the rest of the round. Instead, we will move Severin closer to the action. During your activation, you can choose to perform a move action with 1 of your fighters, allowing them to move a number of hexes up to their move characteristics. Severin has a move range of 3 hexes. Select Old Sevi, go to the highlighted spot, and then click the move button. Is that this one? I am here. When a fighter performs a move action, they receive a move token. If a fighter has this token, it means they cannot move again or charge until the next round. However, unlike a charge token, fighters with move tokens can still attack. Okay. Ignoring his wounds, Zacharias whips his head around to the armor-clad newcomer. He charges forward with bloodshot eyes and crazed screams. He seems upset. Critical success. A exclamation symbol on either attack die or defend die is a critical success. If a defender rolls more critical successes than their attacker, the defender automatically blocks the attack action altogether, regardless of the number of successes in the attack roll. To smash butt, his critical success allows him to win. Because Severin rolled one critical success while defending against Zacharias' attack, he becomes inspired, gaining extra defense stats, and an additional attack action called Mighty Swing. Ha, fool! Blood for the blood. Oh, you're gonna die. Alright, he can't move, but he can still attack, and Zacharias is standing right next to him. Click on him, hit him with the Sigmarite broadsword. Click on old Zacharias here. Critical success, critical success. They cancel each other out. However, he also rolled an additional smash, which will succeed. As long as he knows how to love. 3 damage. Good day, sir. Taken out of action. Once a fighter has been dealt damage equal to their wound characteristic, they are taken out of action. The player who took the fighter out will gain glory points. Sorry. Alright. This is glory, right here. It can be gained while taking out enemy fighters or scoring objective cards. Whichever side has the most glory points at the end of the match is declared the winner. Drawn by the smell of slaughter, Riptooth, the flesh hound, leaps in from the shadows. Oh, and he is lovely. Following in the footsteps of his leader, Oberyn, the bold, steps onto the battlefield. Oberyn is too far away to charge any enemies, but we can move him closer so the next round he can be within striking distance. Click, move, highlight. I'm coming, boss man. Don't you worry none about it. Wherever Riptooth is, Magor Redhand is never too far away. The leader of the fiends vows to drown this battlefield in blood. It's the Capra Demon. End of the round. Each side gets 4 activations before a round ends. When the round ends, all charge and move tokens are removed. This means fighters can charge and move and attack and dance and do all the things they want to do. And it's great. Starting a new round, rolling off. At the start of a new round, each player rolls 4 dice to determine who goes first. The player who rolls the highest number of critical successes wins and gets to choose which player goes first. If both players are tied for the most critical successes and no player has rolled any, the player with the most single supports wins, or they're still tied, the one with the most double supports. Alright, I win. I had the critical. You won! 1 critical success. Yes, it. God actor. During your activation, you can choose to perform a guard action or guard action, for those of you scoring at home, with one of your fighters. This will allow that fighter to count both block and dodge results when defending against an attack. In addition, that fighter cannot be driven back while on guard. Putting a fighter on guard is useful when they are at risk of getting attacked and you want to minimize the chance of them taking damage. It's also useful for making sure your fighter cannot be driven back, particularly when trying to hold a specific hex on the field of battle. A unit with guard will block, defense, dodge, got it. Select Severin. What's up, bud? Click on the guard button. God. Gothok seeks to succeed where Zarkus failed and launches himself at Severin for the glory of Khorne. on the cob. And off the cob. If you have a friendly fighter adjacent to an attacker, they can give support to your defense rolls. The result of single support will count as successes. If you have 2 allies adjacent, then double support also counts. Oh, neat. Who knows? But look, thanks to being on guard, Angharad supports Severin. And the support. Severin's rolls of dodge and single support both count as successes, and he is able to easily defend. Nice. Fool. Alright, support strategy. How to position to move your fighters how you do that will make a massive impact on whether you can take advantage of support during attack or defense rolls. Keeping your fighters adjacent or close to each other increases your chances of being able to have single supports or even double count as successes. Makes sense. Support can also work for attacks. For example, Angharad will get support from Severin if she attacks Gartok. Any single support results on her attack will count as a success. Alright, pick our girl, I'm assuming, and then we're gonna go with a Hulk smash move. And like that, we got double success, and then we got the Clash Swords. 2 damage. 2 furious. The more support is better. Have more support than your enemy. If your fighter has 1 more supporting fighter than the enemy, they get to count 1 additional support as success. If your fighter has 2 or more supporting fighters, then they can count both the single and the double as success. If both you and your enemy have the same number of supporting fighters during an attack, then neither fighter counts. Huh. Okay. Some fighters have special abilities such as Gartok, who can never be driven back by an attack, even if it's succeeded. Without warning, Riptooth rushes forward to take a bite out of Oberyn. Well, that's not good. Ow. Be warned, Magor and all his fighters inspire when they inflict damage. Multiple targets! Some attacks will have the ability to strike all adjacent enemy fighters. Your fighter will attack each adjacent or enemy adjacent to them in any order that you choose, in an order that might surprise you, until they have attacked them all once or something interrupts them. Severin. Have him do the mighty swing. Start on Riptooth. Alright, mighty swing targets all adjacent enemies, so select which adjacent enemy fighter, Gartok, Riptooth, you wish to attack first. We already did that. Aha, fool. Let's double the glory. Double the fun. Double the bloodthirsty Magorian one. Sorry, with a bloodthirsty roar, Magor charges directly at the leader of Steelheart's champions. Severin, say it ain't so. Oh noes. You've been rebuffed. Some attacks have the cleave ability, which allows them to ignore any block results the defender rolls. Magor's attack has cleave, which unfortunately is why Severin's 2 block do not protect him. Oh, that's bad. However, because Severin is on guard, Magor cannot drive him back. Severin is able to hold his current position. Feels like a consolation prize. Some attacks have the knockback ability, which allows them to drive enemy. Yeah, no, we know. Alright. We're gonna go with the Sigmarite Grand Hammer from our boy, Oberyn. And we're gonna go charge Riptooth. Oh, we done critically succeeded. After you successfully attack, you can drive your target back. Get out of here. Fool. Of the 4 servants of Khorne, only Magor and Riptooth remain. But they are currently too spent to launch another assault. If you find all your fighters have a charge token or are unable to activate any of them for any reason, you may have to skip your activation and wait until the end of the next round. Notice that all the enemy fighters have charged this round cannot be activated. Magor's Fiends still have one activation left, which they will now choose to skip. Huh. In this tutorial, we play through the first 2 rounds of the game of Warhammer Underworlds Online. A normal game consists of 3 rounds, with each player getting 4 activations each round to move and activate their fighters, with only 12 activations per an entire match. It's important to use those activations wisely. Alright, we learn move, attack, charge, plus putting a fighter on guard and skipping our activation. In the next tutorial, we'll be introducing power cards, objective cards. These are important to understanding and mastering if you want to gain glory and defeat your enemies in the Mirrored City. Well, you know what, guys and gals? I think that's probably enough to whet your appetite. And I would have preferred to have maybe gone a little bit further than just going through part of the tutorial. Maybe even jumping into a match, but I would not have understood a lot. And I'm not going to really push this episode super duper long, so I think we're going to maybe break it off here. We're going to have a little bit of a shorter first look, but it should give you a rough idea of what's going on. I believe this is an online version or a digital version of a tabletop game, a board game. So if folks are familiar with, I guess, Warhammer Underworlds, you should be pretty familiar with how all this stuff works. And I assume that that should translate pretty decently. And then, you know, as I said, you seem to be able to go and play online against other players, and your online versus your offline synchronize differently, it seems. So you can't just play a bunch offline, get whatever you need and want, and do all this stuff and be super powerful to me. Like, aha, my first match online, I have everything unlocked, I killed everybody. So I think that's kind of neat. All right, I'm going to say okay. And yeah, from here it looks like we could just hop in and begin whatever we wanted to do. Looks like we've got 2 different options, maybe. The Steel Hearts starter deck, and then the Magor's starter deck. And it looks like there's a bunch of other slots available for us to unlock and do some stuff with, which is pretty cool. And it looks like we have all new stuff here. We could probably mix and match, which I don't know if that's necessarily a good idea. There are challenges, there's bot matches, more tutorials, there's guides, and of course you can switch over. I think you have to restart the game to go into online mode if you wanted. There, folks, I think, like I said, that's a pretty good taste of what the game has to offer, and I think we have met our criteria for what a first look is all about. All right, folks, I do hope you enjoyed. I hope you give it a shot. I hope you check out Warhammer Underworlds, the Shadespire edition, and you enjoy your time playing it. If you want any more information about the game, where to get the game, information on the developer, the publisher, any of that there stuff right there, boy, I had it. I tell you what, that's check down below in the description of the video. There'll be various links, just like I always have for you. And until the very next first look video, limited run miniseries, full series, triple P series, or any single video you find here at The Freak Show, I've been your host, Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you for stopping by The Freak Show. We play, we fight, we conquer.